Hello VC, how is everybody? Hope everybody's doing fine today. Today's Thursday afternoon, and I decided to make a video. Um, I wanted to take a little time out and show some love to the reggae music genre. Yeah, I wanted to spend some time. A very short time. I won't be long. Just talking about my love for this particular genre, which is reggae music. Um, Now, to be honest, if I have to talk about reggae music and share my experience when it comes to the genre of reggae, um, I have to go back. Yeah, back when I was a child, a little boy. Now, I have to thank my father, my late father. He died back in 2012. My father is my biggest influence when it comes to the love of music and hi-fi. Actually, I can remember from a very early age, as far as I can remember, my father would come home with records and he would put records on, he would put music on. And I grew up on hearing songs from Percy Sledge, Barry White, the Bee Gees, so much music. My father influenced, my love for music on, and I thank God for my father. I thank my father for that legacy of music that he has left for me. So going way back, reggae is one of the very first genres that influenced my life. Now I heard rock, I heard different genres. Back then we didn't call it genres. It was just called music that you listen to. So I would hear Bee Gees, I would hear Percy Sledge, I would hear Swamp Dogg, and my dad would listen to Candy Staten and Barry White and Otis Redding. But when he played reggae music, something clicked in me. I listen to basically everything. Not everything, that's not true. I haven't got into rock and punk as yet. Hopefully you guys can give me some pointers on those. I've never explored the genre of rock or punk. So basically, again, I want to reiterate my love for reggae. So I heard my father playing reggae music, playing music, and reggae music is that genre that started my love for music, my love for hi-fi. I owe it to reggae music. I love reggae music, and I would listen to it all the time. My biggest influence when it comes to artists, my biggest influence when it comes to reggae music and artists is none other than Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Again, influenced from my dad because I heard the music play and the music somehow captivated me way back then, and I've always loved reggae music then and now. Reggae music is part of my libraries. I have a vast library of reggae music. So reggae music for me has been fundamental. It has been part of my whole upbringing. It has been part of my love for hi-fi and music and genres. On the whole, reggae music is basically my foundation. So without further ado, I just want to share a couple of reggae artists that I have on vinyl, some on CDs, some you may know, one in particular you will definitely know, and some you may not. So again, I want to hear from you guys. If you guys have any reggae music in your genre, any reggae music in your collection, leave a comment in the link below, leave a comment in the comment section below, or throw a response video in. I know there are some guys that listen to a lot of rockers. You can throw that in too. So without further ado, here we go. What I have here. Okay, I want to start with this particular artist. His name, this is Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage is this particular album's name. Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage. Eddie Grant he's a Guyanese. Originally he's a native of Guyana, but I think he migrated to London, and I think this album was recorded in London. So this is Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage. And I remember my father playing this particular LP, this same particular LP. And this as well is one of my early memories of the reggae genre. This is Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage. Yeah, this album is so cool. So cool. You wanna rock down to Electric Avenue. I will never forget that song. I remember the first time my father played it. Wow, that is way back. So Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage. What else? Then I have here on vinyl Bunny Wailer. Bunny Wailer, Roots, Rockers, Redix, and Reggae. That's the title of this album. Now Bunny Wailer is again a very influential artist for me. I always loved his music, even when Bunny Wailer sang with the early group called the Wailing Wailers. Yeah, Bunny Wailer was part of the original Bob Marley and the Wailers before they were even called Bob Marley and the Wailers. They were known as the Wailing Wailers. Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, and Peter Tosh was the original members of the Wailers. And Bunny's music has always influenced me. I love this album, Bunny Wailer. We have here, I picked this up on record day. This is Bob Marley's son with Rita Marley, his wife. This is, and his sisters and brother. So we have an album, early album from these guys. They call their names Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. And this album is playing the game right. Ziggy Marley, which is the sons and daughter of Bob Marley and Rita Marley, play the game right. This is a pretty good album too. What else we have here? Oh, okay. Gregory Isaac. This is basically The Ruler. This is a compilation album of some of his biggest hits. The name of this particular album is The Ruler, 1972 to 1990. It's basically a compilation of some of his big hits. So this is Gregory Isaac. This is the reggae, the king of smooth lovers rock, if you want to call it. Some say lovers rock, some say rockers. But yeah, this is Gregory Isaac. Pretty smooth. I love his music. I love his voice. And this is the only album I have from him on vinyl. But I really like it a lot. This is Gregory Isaac, The Ruler. Okay. This is, again, the early band that I spoke about when it comes to Bob Marley. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers. This is the early years. This is when Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer sung with the group. And this album is The Birth of a Legend, Bob Marley and the Wailers. These are the early songs, way back before he began actually hitting the international scene. This is one of the very first and early albums, early recordings for Bob Marley and the Wailers. The Legend. The Birth of a Legend. What else? We have, I have Bob Marley and the Wailers, Confrontation. Some pretty nice album art up there. Now Confrontation is a very big hit, was a very big hit for Bob Marley and the Wailers in the early 80s. It's one of my favorite albums. It's one of my go-to inspirational albums too. A lot of inspirational music, a lot of inspirational lyrics is on Confrontation, and it's very uplifting. I love Confrontation. It's a very powerful album for me. All his music I love. I love all Bob Marley's music, but Confrontation is a pretty good album. What next? I have the best of Bob Marley. This is The Legend. This is basically a compilation again of his biggest hits from various albums, and this is a very, very, very popular album. The Legend, Bob Marley and the Wailers, very popular. The Legend. It's a compilation. Uh, Natty Dread. This is Natty Dread. This is again early days. Bob Marley in his, you could say, his youth, the early days, but really jamming music, man. This is Natty Dread, 3 O'Clock, Roadblock. Natty Dread, one of my favorite albums as well. I love all his music, as I said before. But Natty Dread, 3 O'Clock, Roadblock, big album, man. Big songs. Okay, and last, well, I have one more, a couple more before. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers live, and this was recorded around 1975. I was about 3 years old, and too young to remember, but I remember the year when my father began playing this, and I remember well, the album cover, because it got to me, the album cover. And live is recorded in 1975 in England, and it was a big smash. Bob Marley began his European tour that particular year. It was a big smash, and live is truly an awesome album. This is live, Bob Marley and the Wailers, live in London. I have this album. This is Eric Clapton, and 461 Ocean Boulevard is the title of this album. And you will see, but why is Eric on this particular video? Well, Eric Clapton is a big lover of reggae music and the genre of reggae, and he did a cover song, I Shot the Sheriff, on 461 Ocean Boulevard. I Shot the Sheriff is on Ocean Boulevard, 461, and I wanted just to throw it in there. I just love the cover that he did on I Shot the Sheriff from Bob Marley and the Wailers. So Eric Clapton is a big fan of Bob Marley as well. So I just threw him in there in the reggae genre as well. I Shot the Sheriff. Then we have on CD, I have Kaya. Now Kaya is again a really good album. A lot of riffs, a lot of music, a lot of inspirational here too. A lot of happy music, man. This is Kaya from Bob Marley. Exodus. This is another huge album for Bob and the Wailers. I love this album. On one particular track, he actually wrote a song for one of his girlfriends, Miss World. Turn the Lights Down Low. He wrote that song for her on this particular album. It's Exodus from Bob Marley and the Wailers. Really good album. And what else? Alright, last but not least, on CD we have Bob Marley and the Wailers, Rastaman Vibrations. This is a double album, double CD, double album. Again, typical Bob Marley and the Wailers, truly roots rock reggae. This is one of his biggest selling albums as well. Big influence on me back in the day. Bob Marley and the Wailers. There's a story to this particular album and live. Surprisingly, I actually had Bob Marley and the Wailers' entire catalog of LPs. I had every one at that particular time of year. Whatever was printed and distributed, I had all the albums. And unfortunately, I lost those albums. It's a long story that hurts my heart every time I talk about it. So I don't want to bring it up, but I did have on vinyl all his albums. Survival, it's a beautiful album of his which I lost. And my particular album had the 3 color albums, red, yellow, and green, vinyl in that particular case, and I lost those then. Anyway, so basically that's it for now, VC. Showing some love to the reggae genre. I love reggae music just as much as I love jazz and everything else you guys see here. So show your love for the reggae genre. See you guys on the next update. Big shout out to the entire VC, Mr. Hall of Fame, Brandon. He kind of like inspired this video with his gospel genre video, and that kind of inspired me to do the reggae genre. So shout out again to Two Turtle, DJ Trish. I said AJ the last time, but it's LJ out up there in Massachusetts. I watch his videos all the time. Shout out to him. Vinyl Vault. Shout out to you too, and the entire VC, man. See you guys. Bye.